Elon Musk just declared war on Apple, and I want to explain why I love this idea and how it all came about. So, if you're going over here to Elon Musk's Twitter feed, he's been talking over the last few hours about how Apple has mostly stopped advertising on Twitter. Do they hate free speech in America? And then he also replied to himself saying, "What's going on here, Tim Cook, the current head of Apple?" Okay? Now, after this, there was a couple threads talking about Library Coin and the Library app because Apple was trying to censor them. And basically, Library said, Apple demanded our apps filter out some search terms from being returned. If we did not filter the terms, our apps would not be allowed in the store. So it seems like Apple has had their thumb on the scales, just how like the old system of Twitter did. Now, this isn't really anything new. I don't think that most of you guys, we know that corporations try to fit certain agendas that they deem are the best for America going forward. They kind of see themselves as having the stewardship over what free speech means. Now, fine, whatever. We're used to it as a society, I would assume by now, you know. But he starts going after them a little bit more, talking about how Fortnite made a 1984 parody video calling out Apple's monopoly. They do have a lot of power in this space. And then just a couple hours ago, he released a poll saying Apple should publish all censorship actions it has taken that affect its customers, okay? Now, 85%, this is mostly going to be Elon's followers, so I would assume it's going to be very high up there. But you guys have to understand, there are a lot of people, like influencers like me, that really don't like the way Apple conducts itself when it comes to some of these transactions, and I'll explain to you why in a second here. After that, you know, he says Apple has also threatened to withhold Twitter from its App Store, but won't tell us why. That makes sense to me, but I'm hoping that Apple just says, hey, this is not a battle we want to fight because we'll most likely lose this battle in court. Their system of being a monopoly in the App Store, it's crumbling a little bit here. Not like falling apart, but it is starting to show some cracks, and that weakness can be exploited by somebody as smart as Elon Musk, along with a lot of other tech giants out there that don't like Apple because of its monopoly. Everybody will pile on if Elon takes the lead on this fight, okay? Now, did you know that Apple puts a secret 30% tax on everything you buy through their App Store? This is the thing. This is why I wanted to talk about this. This is the main reason why I don't like Apple sometimes. Now, this is his declaration of war in Elon fashion, a total meme. You can pay 30% or go to the right and go to war. He's going to war and he's doing a hard right, okay? So he's going to be probably filing some lawsuit here if Apple decides to retaliate against Twitter for their free speech or maybe going too far to what they would conceive as being the right, okay? Now, here's why, to me, this is such an annoyance of Apple taking 30%. If you guys were to donate to this channel, or just a group of people, $1,000 in super chats, all from iPhones, this is how it would work. This is how it would look for me. All right. Out of that $1,000, Apple would take 30% or $300, and I would get 70% of the $700 that's left, which is about $490. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm getting about 70% of YouTube's cut after Apple takes its fees. But because of Apple's cut, I'm only getting about half. I'm not even getting half, right? 490 out of 1,000. I'm not even getting half of the money that people that want to donate to the channel. I'm not getting even half of that because of Apple's taxes plus YouTube taking their cut. Now, YouTube, I'm not too mad about because it's the platform I use along with other platforms, and they're giving me 70% of the cut. I actually think that's fair because YouTube does a lot of stuff like, you know, handling my videos, pushing my videos out and things like that. But if Apple's cut was just to get taken down by, let's just say, to 10% or even half of that 15%, and YouTube got a total of 85%, and I got half of 70% of that, I'd be much happier and I'd be getting over 50% of the money that people are trying to give me. I don't think people out there understand that when you donate to your favorite YouTuber, you donate to your favorite influencer, it could be about crypto, it could be about stocks, it could be about fashion, entertainment, whatever. They're not even getting half of that money if you're going through an iPhone. And I have an iPhone. I like Apple products, but based on how they're kind of enslaving people in China right now, I might have to switch back over to an Android. And the only reason I even moved to an Apple phone in the first place is because my old Note 6 caught fire, and it just was like, wow, these people are trying to make me go kaboom. So I want to know what you guys are thinking about this. Do you guys think Apple needs to cut back down on that 30% tax, or do you think it should be upon YouTube or some of these other platforms to actually just give us more than that 70% in order to make up for all that lost money that's getting split up? Because imagine you guys got paid $5,000 a month, but half of that went to taxes. And that's not even without the government getting involved first. I still pay taxes on what YouTube gives me too. Let me know, guys. It's an interesting talk.